When it comes to Konohamru, I feel like a lot of people are a lot like me. They genuinely want to like this guy, they want to be great, and every single time that we think that Konohamru is about to give us an epic moment that shows that he's truly worthy of being the sensei for the children of Team 7 and Orochimaru, well, Konohamru just happens to go up just a teensy little bit short. So, during the tail end of this S-rank mission that's set in the Boruto era, Konohamru's battle with 12 high-caliber Jonin ninjas starts out on a real high note. But after being saved from being killed at the last second by Sasuke, who shows up to rescue him, Konohamru was given one final chance of glory before he and Sasuke returned to Konoha. Konohamru had one job. He didn't have to screw this up. One job, easy as peasy. All he had to do was capture the leader of the group of ninja behind the attack on the lightning train, and all be forgiven. Up until this point, Sasuke had put out 2 major fires on the train. He saved the life of an innocent civilian girl put in harm's way, and get this, he took down 11 ninja who almost killed Konohamru. It was only 12 of them. Sasuke took down 11 of them. The least Konohamru could have done was capture this guy, right? Well, a little bit of a disappointment here. So you think that a one-on-one fight for Konohamru would be enough for him to come out on top, and I'm here to tell you, you're absolutely wrong. In ways you won't imagine, Konohamru, during the process of this mission, recreated, yes, I'm going there, he recreated one of the most famous scenes that ever involved Yamcha from Dragon Ball. You know the one. Even if you're not a Dragon Ball fan like me, you know the scene that I'm referring to, where Yamcha was so overconfident in his fight with the Cyberman that he was caught off guard and he let his guard down, thinking that just because he beat the Cyberman in combat that the fight was going to be over. Well, he didn't truly grasp the situation of being a life and death battle until it was absolutely too late. In the blink of an eye, Yamcha was blown up, left in the fetal position like discarded waste, like trash if you will. Well, Konohamru very sadly actually suffers a similar fate in this fight. However, he doesn't get killed. However, he does suffer something that I personally feel is a lot worse than Yamcha dying in the Saiyan saga. So, on top of being injured and failing the task that Sasuke gave to him, Konohamru also feels the crushing burden of letting down Sasuke, a ninja who Konohamru admired just as much as he admired Naruto. So, what I'll do for you guys now is read the actual scene from the Sasuke Shinden novel, The Teacher Star Pupil, which is set before the Owl arc of the Boruto manga, and I'll come back to you guys with my thoughts, and it's here I'm going to begin quoting. Konohamru held out the scientific ninja tool with the palm of his hand, and he fired the attack. A golden dragon of lightning struck the leader's back. He fell forward a bit, and then he immediately recovered, running off as if he'd never been struck by Konohamru's attack. Frustrated with the ninja tool, Konohamru stayed in pursuit. The ninja tool, it wasn't meant to kill, but surely it would have done more damage than this. Konohamru quickly leapt onto the next carriage of the lightning train, and he drew out a sickle and a chain. Before the man wearing the bib could react, Konohamru threw the chain and wrapped it around his leg. Drawing him in close enough to engage in combat, Konohamru watched as the man's body came flying through the air as Konohamru jerked him. Using the momentum of Konohamru's action, the man attempted vainly to punch Konohamru's face, which Konohamru easily caught with his fist. However, within seconds, Konohamru grabbed the man's head and he smashed his skull into his. Konohamru endured the splitting pain in his eardrum as he gathered chakra for a Rasengan. However, as the chakra swirled around his hand, the man suddenly tore off his bib and wrapped it around Konohamru's ankle. Almost immediately, Konohamru noticed that there was something off. The cloth had a stiffer feeling to it than it should. It was more metallic. Konohamru cursed as it wound around his ankle and then suddenly exploded, causing sharp pain to shoot up his leg. Bomb fragments blown into his calf, leaving lumps of his flesh on the rooftop of the train. But between his own cries, Konohamru saw that the man had blown off his own hand in an attempt to damage Konohamru. End quote. Now, it's shortly after this that Konohamru manages to grab the man, and while fighting, passing out in front of this person in pain, Konohamru wills himself to interrogate the man because, as we all know, Konohamru is going to at least try and see his mission through all the way to the end. However, before Konohamru can gain any answers, you remember that jutsu that Sasuke said, yeah, I'm not really worried about that, I'll deal with it after the fact? Well, it actually kills the man that Konohamru is interrogating. Now, in my opinion, okay, and this is going to piss some people off, In my opinion, this is exactly why the shinobi union that Kakashi set up as Hokage was a really brilliant idea. Like I discussed in the video that went over the shinobi union, the purpose of this union was to have future Kage candidates from all the villages sit down in a room, look over the advanced mission requests, and take a roster of tuning and hire from all of the great nations. They would form teams from all 5 great nations based on the compatibility and the best odds of completing the mission successfully. While this was an unforeseen circumstance on Konohamru's mission, having the train that he was on be attacked by 12 Jonin, each willing to kill themselves rather than give up their motives, Konohamru and Sasuke, while both skilled in their own right, and make no mistake, Konohamru is skilled. Even though he was fodder in this, Konohamru is a skilled ninja. But you have to look at it from this perspective. These two were not a good team. It just goes to show you that you can't put Sasuke or Naruto or Sakura or Kakashi on any old team and they're going to be able to function. That's the furthest thing from the truth. The time that Sasuke spent having to cover for Konohamru and explain his actions could have been spent eliminating the threat before it actually happened. In Konohamru's rush to give Sasuke backup, he never thought to actually check the other 10 rail cars that separated himself and Sasuke to see if there was actually a threat there. The idea didn't even cross his mind to act until Sasuke asked him if he'd already done so. Most of the heavy work had been done by Sasuke, and yet the bad compatibility between these two resulted in all 12 ninja being killed before either one of them can get answers. Perhaps things would have turned out differently if there was a more powerful ninja fighting alongside Sasuke, perhaps someone he was more compatible with, but in my opinion, there's also a chance that things wouldn't have turned out differently. I look at it from this perspective. If Konohamru would have subtly gained answers to the questions that Sasuke would have asked before Sasuke even asked Konohamru the questions, then that'd be the correct way to utilize somebody like Sasuke during a crisis like this. If Sasuke's constantly reacting without knowing the full situation, it puts you at a greater risk for failure. But I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about this? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.